Perhaps you've heard of Cary, North Carolina, and all the accolades that have been bestowed upon it. Cary is a great place to live, work, retire, and to raise kids. But is it really all that it's cracked up to be? Today, I'm going to cover the pros and cons to living in Cary, North Carolina. So let's get started. Hi everyone, and welcome back. I'm Christina Morris, the realtor in your corner, affiliated with RE/MAX United here in the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area in the beautiful state of North Carolina. I love posting these videos, assisting folks who either live here or would like to relocate here. If you find the video helpful, please smash that like button, subscribe, and pro tip, if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when I post my next video. I've lived and worked in Cary for over 25 years, so I think I know a thing or 200 about living here. Now, of course, these are just my own personal opinions, but for what it's worth, here goes. Let's start with the good stuff. Pro number one, it's incredibly safe in Cary. Cary has consistently been ranked one of the safest cities of its size. With a population of about 175,000 plus, Cary has some of the lowest crime of any suburban city its size. It's one of the safest cities in America, and Cary is consistently rated one of the safest cities in the Southwest among municipalities with populations of 100,000 to 500,000. In 2022, SafeWise ranked Cary number 6 in their safest cities in North Carolina. That's just behind cities of much smaller size. The town is very walkable and residents really feel safe here. Pro number 2, aesthetics. As you drive throughout the town of Cary, you'll notice something different. It feels nice, pleasant, and you just have this overall good feeling. When I first moved here, I couldn't quite put my finger on just why it felt so good. Then I started to realize that a lot of that look had to do with the fact that there are no towering signs for fast food restaurant establishments, banks, or other businesses. There's a very strong sign ordinance in Cary, and while there are many folks that would consider this a con, it is what keeps Cary looking so uniform and aesthetically pleasing. In addition to that sign ordinance, keeping things looking so good, you'll also notice how manicured the town's streets and roadways are. While this is still early spring, if I film this in just a couple of weeks from now or in the fall, it would look even more spectacular. With Cary looking this good, it certainly does have a very big impact on individual property values, and that's certainly a plus. Since we just mentioned how pretty it is here with all the manicured landscaping, this is a good segue to pro number 3, parks and greenways. The town has 80 miles of greenway and 30 parks. Among these, there are over 2,600 acres of park and open space within the town. The town also operates 4 sports venues, including the popular Cary Tennis Center with 32 championship courts and 4 permanent pickleball courts. In West Cary, you'll find the Thomas Brooks Park with 4 300-foot baseball and softball fields. There's also a separate and adjacent to this park, a USA Baseball National Training Complex. And the North Carolina Courage women's professional soccer team calls Cary home and plays at the Wake Med Soccer Park, also located in Cary. This here is Bond Park. It's a 310-acre oasis right in the middle of Cary. Here you'll find lots of facilities to play baseball and softball. There's a playground as well as this beautiful lake here where folks come to fish and rent boats. You'll find miles of trails, picnic shelters, and a ropes challenge course. The town of Cary also partners with Wake County to build parks on the county school sites, making an efficient use of limited land. The school uses the park school grounds during the week, and then it can be utilized by the community on the evenings and weekends for recreation and organized sports. Pro number 4, a really awesome and improving downtown area. The town has worked very hard over the past several years to create a real destination area. The downtown area has always been a draw for the community, bringing folks down to Academy and Chatham streets for parades and art fairs and the like. Today, the town has a lofty plan underway for this incredible new downtown park. This is a rendering of the future downtown park. Even without the park being completed, this area is always abuzz throughout the days and evenings. There are always walkers strolling the sidewalks, and there are several great breweries and restaurants. This is the new Wake County Regional Library that replaced the old library that used to reside here on Academy Street. I spent a lot of time here when my kids were young for story time. Here at the end of Academy Street is the original North Carolina High School. Back in the 1700s, this is where the well-to-do families in North Carolina sent their children to school. Then it became known as Cary Elementary School. In 2009, the town of Cary purchased it and restored it and created the Cary Arts Center. Down along Chatham Street is a classic movie theater called the Cary. Originally opened in 1946, it was later a clothing store, an auto parts store, and eventually a recording studio. The town purchased it and restored it and opened it to the public as a theater once again in 2014 as part of the town of Cary's downtown redevelopment and revitalization efforts. You can take in a show at the theater and then step next door for a bite to eat at Crosstown Pub, or on the opposite side, treat yourself to some ice cream at Fresh, or grab an adult treat with a brew at the Pharmacy Bottle Shop. No visit to downtown Cary is complete without stopping at the incredibly popular Bond Brothers. There is even a new location for the Durham-based Bulls City Cider Works that just opened here on Chatham Street. There are lots of quaint shops and boutiques all around the downtown area, and more to come. Pro number 5. Cary's location in the Triangle makes it incredibly central and easy to get around. It's close to both RTP and downtown Raleigh, and very convenient for the airport. Depending on where you live in Cary, even downtown Durham is a reasonable commute. But Cary has its own major employment centers right within the town limits. Here along Weston Parkway and Harrison Avenue are some of the region's top employers like SAS, MetLife, Verizon, and John Deere. Then located on the south side of town is the Regency area that hosts Siemens, Caterpillar, and several other manufacturing, pharmaceutical, and software firms. The Wake Med Cary Hospital is a major employer in Cary, with this full-service hospital located on Kildare Farm Road with 208 acute care beds, over 1,300 employees, and 900 plus physicians and specialists. I also have to mention the new Epic Games headquarters that are taking over the location formerly known as the Cary Town Center. So with all these pros, it might seem that Cary has it all, and I actually struggle to find more cons. But here goes. Con number 1. With all that beauty and uniform aesthetics comes what we call cookie-cutter beige housing. Homes in Cary tend to be on very small lots with a proclivity towards more dense housing, and if you're looking for a home on acreage, then you probably don't want to move to Cary. Some of the homes in older Cary can be found on 1/4 to half-acre lots, and lots larger than an acre are very rare. Con number 2. The Triangle is a growing community with new schools opening all the time, but there are several aging schools in Cary that the county has not yet updated. Unfortunately, Cary has very little control over this, as all the schools are owned by Wake County Public Schools. The schools in the western area of Cary had a little bit of an advantage over the schools here in the center of Cary that are now landlocked without much opportunity to build out or add sports fields or facilities. Con number 3. If you're looking for a large department store or high-end shopping, you will not find this within the town of Cary. You'll find plenty of big box stores, boutiques, and general retail shopping, but if you're looking for Belk, Macy's, Nordstrom's, or JCPenney, you'll have to go to the streets of South Point in Durham or to Raleigh at Crabtree Valley Mall. Cary used to have a small mall, but as mentioned in Pro number 5, that was sold to Epic Games. No jab here to Epic Games. To be fair, the mall wasn't very successful anymore, with folks opting to shop online and elsewhere. Con number 4. There is no more land left to develop in Cary. Cary has been pretty much built out, and in fact, they have started to annex some land across the Wake County line into Chatham County. Again, if you're looking for a larger lot, then you will be pretty much out of luck in Cary. Lots in Cary tend to be on the small side, less than 0.20 of an acre, or in some cases in the older areas, again, you can find that 1/4 to a half acre. The newer communities toward the west are often on lots of 0.15 or even less. Lastly, con number 5. Cary is one of the more expensive areas of the Triangle. With a median price point of about $551,000 these days, it's not as high as neighboring Morrisville, but is certainly higher than Raleigh and some of the other suburban areas. It's difficult for those in the service industry, as well as teachers, police, and firefighters, to live in the community they serve. Hopefully there will be some addition of affordable housing in Cary in the near future. When it's all said and done, I think there is certainly more weight in the pro column for Cary at least in my opinion. Cary is a great place to live, work, retire, and raise a family. Let me know in the comments below if you have a pro or con to share. If you found the video helpful, please let me know by hitting that like button, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Again, I'm Christina Morris, the realtor in your corner. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.